Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of NuStrength Sugar Babes. And today we have a sugar babe all the way from New Zealand, Helen. Say hi, Helen.
Hi everyone.
She's from our Win at Life program. And hey, gee, how long's it been now? Has it been 20 weeks?
Yeah, 22 almost
2.
weeks, I think.
So nearly 6 months. 6 months. Yeah. And I was just saying before, like, you've done amazingly well. You came into the program, you'd never ever lifted weights before. No. You just went the cardio bunny, as we called it. And now you're deadlifting, you're squatting, you're benching, you're confident in the gym, which is amazing. You do your own diets now. You were really you're an awesome client. You came in, you did everything, you followed the advice that we gave you. So can you just tell the viewers why you joined the program? Like, what were the issues that you were having and how are they affecting your life?
Right. So like I said, I was going to the gym, being a cardio bunny, slogging it out 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day. Like, I was mental. I'd get up at 4 a.m. in the morning and then go again after work. And it was killing me. I was pretty much malnourished. I wasn't eating properly. I had no energy. My relationship with my partner was terrible. And the foods I was eating, like, I was just bloated and felt really gross. And I thought, well, I've been doing this for so long now. I need to change it up. And you guys have this completely new outlook on how you do things. And it was just worth a shot. Yeah.
Had you done many diets in the past? Had you tried many diets?
Yeah, so I'd been to like a nutritionist and all of that, and they'd made up a plan where I eat copious amounts of broccoli and cauliflower and no carbs and heaps of lettuce and basically like a rabbit. And I was still getting nowhere, and I had no control. They would tell me exactly what I could eat on any given day, and I would be really resentful and I'd binge by the end of the week. It kind of like, I'd treat myself a little bit like a dog. I've eaten really well during the week, so I'll have a treat of better food and it just, I was going nowhere. It wasn't doing anything for me.
I think, a lot of these diets, they really, like you say, set women up for failure. I was the same, you just eat really clean, cut everything, all the carbs and the sugar out of your diet. And then obviously your body just craves it on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then you go and binge eat. And then how did that make you feel?
So at the time I was like, oh, this is so good, and then I'll go to the gym and work it off and, it'll be fine. But I wasn't making any progress. I was just on this like hamster wheel of, nowhere.
It is like a little wheel, like running around, killing yourself with cardio.
Yeah.
And talk about the results you've seen so far. So you've come into the program, you've learned how to lift. Well, I'll let you talk.
So probably to start with, I had to learn not to want instant results, because I think that's what every woman gets really caught up on. Like, they start these programs and they're like, okay, I'm going to do this for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and I'm going to be fabulous and I'm going to wear a bikini and all of that. And I had to really change my mindset about, like you say, playing the long game and sorting out everything else that I had completely destroyed my metabolism, and I had really bad skin and I wasn't sleeping through the night and I had all this energy problems and stuff, and I had to sort all of that out. So now I can sleep through the night. Like, that is so huge. Yeah. And looking at subjective measures rather than measuring and weighing. Like, I used to go to the toilet and take a poo and then go and look in the mirror to see if I looked any slimmer. Like, it was nuts. And so now I'm just I feel really good, and I can squat on my 50 something kilos. Like, that's unheard of. I didn't know how to even use the squat rack or a barbell before I started this program, and now I'm way more confident in the gym, and I'm lifting these weights, and I'm feeling so much better for it. Yeah.
And talk about your sleep, mood, energy, digestion.
So I used to feel really bloated all the time, and I've since come off hormonal contraceptive, and that definitely was a process, and my body's had to adjust to that and everything. But I don't get the bloating anymore. I've tested and measured food, and I know that starchy carbs don't agree with me, like at nighttime. So I've been able to change that up, and I've taken control back of what I can eat and, you know, what I should steer clear of. And, you know, it's so good having control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nobody else now is like writing a plan for me of what I can and can't eat, you know. Obviously you guys guide us to, you know, the good food and the nutritional food, but you don't tell us sort of, you know, on every given time or day what we have to actually eat, which is amazing.
And now you just do your own diet plans.
Yeah, I do. And yeah, I don't, and yeah, using MyFitness, I can shop. It takes me like a half an hour rather than thinking about all the things I have to, you know, come up with for dinners and all of that. So, you know, it's good. It's so good.
And you talked about that, you know, your relationship with your partner, and how has that improved now, and why?
So I'm at home a little bit more. I'm not at the gym twice a day. He gets to see me. I don't wake him up at 4 a.m., you know, when I'm going to the gym. He's really grateful for that. And I'm so much happier. My mood is better. I'm not hangry anymore. I don't live from meal to meal. I don't clock watch and think, oh my God, I'm so starving. You know, when can I eat my next broccoli, you know, fix? And he notices that in me as well. And he asks me, you know, how is my listing going? And I'm really proud of what I've accomplished in that. So and I hadn't really shared that with him before, you know, how I was doing in the gym, and, you know, videoing yourself and then having people watch those videos is, you know, I was quite self-conscious about that. And one day he saw one of my videos that I'd taken, and he was like, wow, you're doing really good. Like, and it just made me feel so good. And so I can now share that with him.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Having him be proud of me, it's great. It's really good.
And you talked about your skin.
Yeah, so I had really ridiculously dry skin, and it's still a process, I think, because it was really, really bad. But now also, not just with the different foods I'm eating and the getting liver in and all of that sort of stuff, but also with the program you teach us not to, you know, put chemicals and stuff on or in our bodies. And so I've switched it up to natural products, and yeah, you can just feel the difference and see it as well. It's really good.
And the lifting, so it's like, how did you find, you know, like I remember when you were struggling a bit with your squats, but you like pushed through and you persisted, you know, how have you've actually done really, really well, like from someone who's never lifted ever to then like you've gone away and videoed yourself and you've pushed through. Like, how did you find that process?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like I had a meltdown because I was like, oh, I can't get it.
Everyone does. Everyone has at least one.
Yeah, I've been going to the gym all this time and I suck, you know. But you've just got to, like you said, reach out and watch the videos and rewatch the videos and make sure you've got like all your postures and everything and like that is good. And you can actually push through it. You've just got to, like, it's kind of like a mind over matter thing. Yeah, your mind tells you that you can't do it, but you can. You've just got to switch up your mindset.
And just, yeah. And, you know, in this program, we obviously focus on long-term sustainable body composition change, so more muscle, less fat. How is your body changing?
So like I said, I threw away my scales because, you know, nobody needs them. You don't need scales, people. They bring you down. And muscle weighs more than fat. So, you know, forget about the scales. And so I can see development in areas where I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice, you know, like, but I haven't yet got out the measuring tape and been real anal about like, oh, I need to lose this many centimeters this week. Or I'm kind of getting a kick at the moment out of feeling better and eating well and having good skin and having good sleep. And I think the rest will just come slowly. But I am like, with the recomposer system, you know your progress, like it's right there in front of you, and it tells you, you know, you've hit your personal best today, and that's so cool, like hitting personal best all the time. And you push yourself to it, and it just holds you a little bit more accountable. And yeah, so I like, I'm not measuring all the time, but I feel better.
Yeah. And I think too, you nailed it. It's like, especially someone like you who's come from no lifting experience, it takes time to get strong and build muscle. And your approach is really awesome because, your body will change. It's inevitable. If you just be consistent with your nutrition and you get stronger, slowly the fat will come off. You're eating way more food. Yeah. What calories were you at? I think you were like 12. You were pretty low.
1200?
Hey?
Yeah, like 1200. But like you always say, if anyone was eating 1200 calories,
that would be really,
they would be real skinny. And I wasn't. I'm not. And I had all these problems with digestion and not going to the toilet regularly and being bloated and just feeling terrible. So 1200 calories. Wow. And now crazy. I'm like consistently having 1800 calories now. Yeah. And I think probably on training days I up that a little bit as well, so that I've got that little bit more energy, and I think I'll definitely be upping them. This next Recomposer program is a killer, so I think I'll be definitely upping them again. It's just really hard to get your head around eating more food to make you smaller and more muscular and toned looking. It's really a really whack concept that obviously the fitness industry completely disagree with, yet nothing that they're giving us works. So it's amazing. It's amazing that I can feel like I do eating as much food as I am.
It's cool. Hey, and I think, you know now how to track and measure, how when to increase your calories, what foods work for you. Like we don't even, every now and then you jump in and you'll have a random question, that we answer, but you've done the hard yards now and you've found what works for you, and, you've put in the work, which is so amazing because it's like you said, you got the power back.
Yeah, I do. And I'm really like a creature of habit. So to make it easier for myself, I would just set up 1 or 2 days worth of food in MyFitnessPal and just consistently eat like that for weeks until I got sick of it. And then, can change it up again after that. But it just makes it easier than having to think about stuff all the time.
Totally. I think that's the beauty too of the program is like you can make it as complex as you like, or you can make it as simple. Like you and I, like we like to just eat similar things, but there's some women in the program who have different meal plans every day and who different recipes. And so that's the beauty of teaching you how to do it yourself, because you have the control and the power over what you put in your mouth. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, Helen, some of the main objections that we get from women who are thinking about joining the program, number one is time. They go, oh, look, I don't have time to do this program. What would you say to that?
I think with anything, you're going to have to invest a little bit of time, but the time that you invest at the start of this program, reading through all the tabs in the website and like watching the videos, will set you up, for the rest of your life, because this is a long-term goal, based program. And if you can once a week sit down and do all your meal prep and put all your food in MyFitnessPal to track it, and then 3 hours a week at the gym. Like if you don't have that time, then what are you doing with yourself? Like everyone will find that time. I've got so much more time now than I had before, and I don't get up at 4 a.m. No, I sleep longer, and I've got more time, and I'm doing this great program. So
and the second one is money. So do you feel that the money you invested, was it worth it?
Oh, absolutely. I've got a whole community of women now that I didn't have before, like that are there at my fingertips whenever I want them or need them or need advice or a kick in the ass or like, anything. Everyone's right there. So, and I've got the control back. So it's totally worth the investment. And it's not that much in the scheme of things when you look at how much money I used to spend on protein powders and supplements and all this other like health superfood rubbish. It's not something that you guys promote, and you don't need it. Once you've been through the program, you understand that simple like food that's natural is the best thing that your body can have. You don't need all the other stuff. So it actually, in the long term, costs less.
Totally. You can get all the food. Yeah, you don't really need to take minimal supplements. And the next one is, and look, you're all over in another country.
Yeah.
So this program we do, it's all online. You know, if a woman was worried about whether or not they could do this online, you know, like, did you have a lot of support? Like, what was it like doing it online, say, compared to other programs?
Yeah, so but personally, based here in New Zealand, like, I've got my partner, and that's the only other person that, you know, is really right there by my side all the time. And having an online community, it's just like you're right there with me. And I don't have anybody else in New Zealand physically with me doing this, pushing me through it, or coming to the gym or whatever. Yeah, you're all there on video or Skype or all of the time. So it's whether it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same as having you here with me. And I can reach out and probably more so get a better response online reaching out to the group than I would if I had to like leave messages with a nutritionist or book an appointment somewhere. Or it's you know, information and knowledge at your fingertips.
And finally, if a woman was watching this and she was sitting on the fence and she was like, oh geez, I don't know if I should do this, is it going to work? Like, as we all do, because they've been burnt by a million programs and things. What would you say?
Do it. It will change your life. You'll be happier and you'll take back the control. You know, the control that the fitness industry currently has over you, you'll break free from that and you'll feel so much better for it.
Oh, awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking the time out to share that with everyone. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and you just want to break free and you don't want to do stupid cardio anymore and live off bird food.
Don't do cardio. Ban the cardio.
Oh, it is actually, like, I can't even imagine going back to training so much. Like, I just have no time now. Like, it's just, But if you're watching this and you know, you want to break free and you want to stop doing cardio and eating green vegetables, click on the link below and put in an application to work with them. We'll get on the phone and we'll see where you are now and where you want to be and if the program can actually help you. And you'll get to be in the group with awesome women like Helen, all the way from New Zealand. So thank you again and have an awesome day, and I will see you in the group.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.